Okay, a very good morning, children. Children, today let us discuss the last part of this chapter, that is quadratic equation. Already in the previous classes we have discussed the different methods of solving quadratic equation and finding roots or solution. Okay, factorization method, completing square method, then using quadratic formula, etc. Okay, so then let us discuss what is discriminant and what are the nature of roots. You know that every quadratic equation, as I told you, it has two roots or two solutions. So what is the nature? What may be the nature bit of the two roots? So what is meant by nature? The two roots are alpha and beta, you know, but what is meant by nature? Roots, nature of roots. Nature means, you see, whether the two roots obtained, they will be equal or unequal. Distinct. Distinct means different. Whether the two roots are equal or distinct. Okay. The two roots may be real, may not be real. Okay. The two roots may be real, alpha and beta may be real, may not be real. So that is real, not real. Not real means it is imaginary. Okay. The two roots may be real, the two roots may not be real. That means the two roots may be imaginary roots. A quadratic equation, the two roots of a quadratic equation may be real, may be imaginary. That means the two roots may not be real, and the two roots may be equal, may not be equal. Okay. So how to know about the nature of roots of the quadratic equation? Let us discuss today nature of roots. Now in order to understand nature of roots, you see, nature of roots of quadratic equation, nature of roots of quadratic equation, you see, in order to understand the nature, that every quadratic equation is in this form, you know, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, such that a is not equal to 0. Okay. So how to find the nature of roots? As I told you just now, by nature of roots we mean whether the two roots are real or imaginary, that is not real. Okay. Whether the roots are equal or different, distinct. Okay. So how to know, how to find, that is our concern. Okay. See. Now in order to find the nature of roots, we have to discuss one thing. What is that? That is discriminant. First we have to understand what is discriminant of this equation. Discriminant. It is usually denoted by the symbol capital D. What is discriminant of this equation? Let us see. Okay. Children, while solving by using quadratic formula, while solving this quadratic equation by using quadratic formula which I derived in the previous class, there we have found that the roots and solutions of this quadratic equation are given by, you know, solution or root. You see, solutions or roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are given by x equal to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. You see, this was the quadratic formula which we had discussed in the previous class. Okay. Now if you look at, there also I had said, in this quadratic formula, there are two values. One is positive value, the other is negative value, plus and minus, plus or minus. So one will be alpha, the other will be beta. Okay. Now look at, children, look at the expression enclosed inside the square root. Within the square root, look at the expression. It is b square minus 4ac. Now this expression b square minus 4ac, which is within the square root, this is known as your discriminant. This is the formula of discriminant of the equation. You have to remember. The discriminant of a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is d equal to b square minus 4ac. Okay. Now why it is called discriminant? It is called discriminant because it decides the nature of the roots. Okay. The nature of the roots of the quadratic equation are decided by this expression. That is why it is called the discriminant. Okay. Now you came to know what is discriminant. Let me discuss the nature of roots. Okay. Now see, now you can easily understand what are the nature of roots. You see, children, as I told you, the two roots or the two solutions of a quadratic equation, they may be real, they may not be real, they may be equal, they may be distinct. So there are three different cases. So what is the first case? Let me discuss. You see, Let me discuss the first case. It may so happen that you are given a quadratic equation. The discriminant of, just I told you, it is the discriminant which decides the nature of roots. That means to find the nature of roots, first we have to find the value of capital D or the discriminant. Okay. Now again you see this discriminant obtained, it may be what? If you find the discriminant of a quadratic equation, it will be what? There are three cases. What are the three cases? It may be greater than 0. It may be less. The value of D, you see, the value of D, in order to find the nature of roots, first we have to find the value of discriminant. Okay, because it is the discriminant that decides the nature of roots, whether roots will be real or not real, whether roots will be equal or not equal, unequal, etc. That can be decided or determined only from D, the value of D, that is discriminant. So first it is necessary to find the value of D. And if you find the value of D, what will happen? What are the three probabilities? The three probabilities are either D will be greater than 0 or equal to 0 or less than 0. You see, D will be, the value of D will be either greater than 0 or equal to 0 or less than 0. Other than these three possibilities, there is no other chance or probability. Okay. So, suppose you found that D is greater than 0. See children, case 1, if D greater than 0, what will happen? See, suppose you found the value of D and you saw that the discriminant of the equation is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means what? It is positive. Greater than, any number greater than 0 is called positive. Okay. Suppose the value of D is positive, that is greater than 0. Then what will be the conclusion? Then the roots are, you see, you have to remember, then the roots are, what are the roots? What will be the roots? The roots are real and distinct. Distinct means unequal. Distinct means unequal or different, whatever you say. Different roots, you see. So alpha and beta, that is the two roots of a quadratic equation, will be real and distinct if the value of discriminant is what? Greater than 0, means it is positive. Okay. So you have to remember, if D greater than 0, then the roots are what? Real. Definitely the equation will have real roots. And distinct means different. And what are the different roots? You know what are the different roots. How to find? I just told you what is Sridhar Acharya formula or quadratic formula. Okay. Then case 2. In case 2, it may happen that D, the value of D, suppose it is equal to 0. Now if the value of D is equal to 0, what will happen? The roots are, you have to remember, then the roots are again real. They will be real and but equal. Real and equal, you see. I will tell you what are the real and equal roots, what are the real and distinct roots in case 1 and case 2 just now. See. So if the value of discriminant is 0, okay, then you will come to conclude that roots of the equation will be what? The two roots, that is alpha and beta, they will be real but equal. And what are the equal roots that I am writing here? Given by, you see, given by, what are the equal roots? Given by both alpha and beta will be equal to minus b by 2a. Why, you can ask me a question here. Sir, how did you know that alpha beta both will be equal to, how both the roots will be equal to minus b by 2a? You just recall the formula and put minus b plus minus square root of d. b square minus 4ac means square root of d by 2a. You see. Now you are given what is the value of d? D is given 0. Now put here 0. So now this term will become automatically 0. So this will be minus b by 2a. So when if the discriminant is 0 of the equation, then the roots will be real and equal, and those equal roots will be given by both alpha and beta, they are equal to minus b by 2a. Okay. Now case 3. Now it may happen that, you see, it may happen that the value of d is suppose negative, 0, less than 0. If the value of d is less than 0, means discriminant of the equation is negative, then what will happen? Do you think that the quadratic equation will have real roots? Not at all. If d, the value of d, that is discriminant, is less than 0, the equation has no real roots. That means the roots are imaginary. Okay. If roots are not real, means the roots are imaginary. Then what is the solution? What is the conclusion? Then the roots are, then the equation has no real roots. Has no real roots. Okay. No real roots means it has imaginary roots. So children, see the three cases. So for real and distinct root, you see, for real and distinct roots, for a quadratic equation to have real and distinct, two real and distinct, I mean different roots, what is the condition? D must be greater than 0. Okay. Then for real and equal roots, in order that the equation will have real and equal roots, for alpha and beta to have what? For alpha and beta to be real and equal, what is the condition? D must be equal to 0. And for the two roots not real, alpha and beta will not real. It will not be real when? If D is less than 0 or discriminant is negative. Okay, so these are the three conditions. In this case, in the first case I said, if D greater than 0, then the equation will have real and distinct. Distinct means the different root, two different roots. So what are the two different roots? You just see this formula. So that means alpha will be equal to, in this case 1, what will be the value of alpha? Alpha will be equal to minus b plus square root of d by 2a, and beta will be minus b minus square root of d by 2a, where d equal to what? B square minus 4ac. So here the roots are real but unequal or different or distinct, whatever you say. Okay. See children, these are the three cases by which we can decide the nature of roots. By nature of roots we mean whether the roots are real or not real, that is imaginary, whether roots are distinct or different, I mean equal or distinct, different. Okay. So you can decide the nature of roots if you remember these three cases, case 1, case 2 and case 3. So with this we completed everything about your quadratic equation. Only what is left, that is application and some problems. Okay, how the concept of quadratic equation is applied to word problem, that is application. In linear equation, while discussing the chapter system, pair of linear equations in two variables, also I had discussed few word problems where we had applied the concept of what? Linear equation in two variable and found the values of x and y. Similarly, whatever we discussed in this chapter, that is quadratic equation. Okay, how to solve quadratic equation by different methods, factorization method, your completing square method, your using quadratic formula. So those things will be applied to word problems. Okay, we will discuss in the next class how to apply quadratic equation in word problems and also some problems on nature of roots. You see, particularly case 1, case 2, case 3, we will discuss some important problems which generally come in the exam. Children, I hope you understood what I discussed. Okay, so we will continue this chapter again in the next class. Okay, thank you.